Lesson 1 of what I've learned in 2021. I can be a full-time mum and strive to have a career as well. Flexi working and working from home and in the office has enabled me to not only progress my career and even study for a degree, but I've also been more of a hands-on parent to my 2 kids. One's a teenager, one's 10. They require still quite a lot of care, and it's been nice to not feel like a failure on both halves. That's brilliant for me. The importance of social interaction. Going back into the office for a few days has made me realise that actually it's really nice to just sit and have a coffee and a chat with some work friends and find out what's going on in their lives, what they're up to, get the insight on what's happening in the world, what's happening within the business, talking to various departments. I didn't realise how much I've missed the social interaction being isolated or working on my own from home, but obviously once you start engaging with other people, you realise you really miss those little bits of information and little nuggets of key content that's happening in people's lives, and you can bounce off it and learn from it, and it just sparks more ideas and more conversations, it's been really nice to have.
Technology is something we rely on more and more every day, and we certainly notice it when it doesn't work. If you have to have an update to your technology, be that software update for example, and it's only a simple one, never believe it's going to be a simple one. Anything that involves IT generally means there's something in the background that just doesn't quite work once it's finished. IT support are great, they do everything they can, but I think even they would admit that just turning it off and starting it back up again is not always the answer.
Another key lesson that I've learned this year is to be more caring, to take time to listen to people more. I think the lack of social interaction and the lack of chat in a supermarket or across the street has just made me realise how how much you can be detracted from other people. I've moved into a new town. It's been nice to start getting to talk to the neighbours, finding out who they are, what they do, and just checking in on the elderly ones and making sure that they've got everything they need, checking in on my parents more to make sure they've got everything they need, and just actually going for a walk in the evenings with my kids and listening about what they've been doing with their day, what they've been up to at school, what conversations they've been having, what they've been dealing with, how they've been dealing with COVID, because we think that we've dealt with it in one way, but the kids are on a different level. It's really impacting their lives. So that's been an important one for me, to really take some time to listen to the people that surround me and see if there's any way in which I can improve their lives.
What I do have, which probably relates more to last year than it does this, when the pandemic did hit, understanding that everybody is affected by it, but in different ways. So some people will just put their head down, get into a routine and find that they can just muddle on through it, and that's the best way for them. They really want to acknowledge it almost. Other people, what may come across as anger, frustration, is actually fear. Fear of what might happen to them, their family. And an arm around a shoulder is all they really need. They don't want to be told this is going to be fixed, this is how to deal with it, this is what we need to be doing. They just want someone to put their arm around their shoulder and listen to them. Something perhaps we've done at times, something we can learn from and do better in the future. We're all humans and we all behave differently depending on our emotional state at the time. That doesn't make us wrong, just different.